As the Christmas joy was wearing off and people were ringing into New Year's, the Seaside Cemetery of St. Peter's Church received a notice from the BMC stating that they would have to vacate some portion of their Seaside Cemetery in order to access and aid the road widening process. This has sparked a widespread controversy and protest from the Christian community. In this report, HW News Network has taken stock of the entire situation.
St. Peter's is a century-old church located in Bandra West. It is a main church in the region and a place of worship for hundreds of members of the Catholic community. On the 2nd of January 2023, the BMC H West Ward sent them a notice that the church would need to vacate some parts of the cemetery in order to enable the road widening under the development plan. The cemetery is located about a kilometer from the church and is situated near the Bandra reclamation. The cemetery was constructed in 1907. A similar notice was issued to the Jewish cemetery as well. The cemetery has about 400 graves. The Jewish cemetery is located right across the road facing the St. Peter's Seaside Cemetery. However, the BMC notice asked them to vacate the portion in only 7 days. In response to this, the Bombay Catholic Sabha, stakeholders of the church, along with the Watchdog Foundation, held a public demonstration on the 6th of January. During the meeting, it was notified that the BMC has withdrawn the notice. But the notice also stated that the withdrawal was a temporary call. Father, what do you have to say about the expected due course of action from the BMC?
Well, I think it's not the BMC that is responsible in this move because it's really the amendments to the development plan of Mumbai that the Maharashtra government effected in September few months ago. That has caused this being followed by municipality. So what are we petitioning to the government of Maharashtra? That the amendments they published, those amendments be withdrawn? We cannot disturb old cemeteries of this type. And secondly, there is an alternative road already envisioned that is still up on the DP plan on the website. That is the area they should use to give access, not cutting across cemeteries. Present notice talks about 9.15 meter road, but the DP plan is talking about 13.5. And it will soon go to 18. So what will be left? However, we are not ready to give up a single grave. You can see the graves are right next to the wall. We need every single grave. We are not ready to give up because they are constantly being used for burials. Therefore, we would ask the government to please respect our sentiments and to withdraw those amendments and to use the alternate access.
According to the notice, the BMC said that the following due course of action was being carried out under Section 299 of the Constitution, an act which states that any land that does not have a physical structure built on it can be taken up by government officials. In response to this, Father Fraser Mascarenhas, the parish priest of St. Peter's, stated, "There may not be any physical construction above the ground in a cemetery, but there remains some form of development under the ground." Ruben Mascarenhas, the Mumbai president of the Aam Aadmi Party, also extended support to St. Peter's Church and the Catholic community.
No, I think the entire issue is basically under a huge cloud of suspicion. Everything is suspect because the manner in which the notice was first, there was an attempt to serve the notice before the New Year, and then after the New Year, it was very surreptitiously served. And then you had local political representatives speak about withdrawing of the notice. So I think let's try and understand what's happening. The Seaside Cemetery used to also be called the Plague Cemetery. It's been there since hundreds of years, quite literally. And the Seaside Cemetery, along with the Jewish cemetery right next to it, have been basically served a notice by the BMC saying that they wish to take over those plots of land because they're empty. Now, this is wrong on many counts because, one, the graves there are actually structures, right? That's a settled point of law. So you can't just take over a land and then claim that it is basically a vacant plot of land and use those particular sections. So one, this entire takeover of this plot is technically illegal. Two, the reason why they're taking over this plot is because there were some amendments which were again surreptitiously proposed to the DP 2034, which is the Master Development Plan of Mumbai. So long story short, this is nothing but a brazen attempt to target the minority communities. It's the Jewish community, it's the Christian community, and more than anything else, you had these institutions, these cemeteries there from so many years, right? Why is it that suddenly overnight you have some interest there? So what we are given to understand is that as soon as you sort of enter Bandra from the sea link, you see these large high-rise buildings, and those high-rise buildings don't really have a right of way. Now, again, that's again testimony to the corruption in the BMC and the fact that all of this happened under the present set of elected representatives. So what we are asking today is that, hey, clearly ashishshelar and the BJP and the state government and the BMC needs to get its acts together. It's just not about withdrawing the notice. They need to withdraw that amendment itself.
DolphyD'souza, the president of the Bombay Catholic Sabha, stated that if the DP was not amended, they would continue to hold peaceful protests in different parts of Mumbai.
So we are very clear that we are not going to allow the BMC authorities to rest till the time they withdraw, in inverted commas, the grave notice and the change in the amendment plan. We will have a wait and watch policy that this campaign we will spread it out as part of public protest and agitation in couple of places across the city of Mumbai, with all communities joining in this campaign.
We spoke to Vinayak Vispute, who is the Commissioner of Ward H West. He denied to comment on the issue. Apart from that, we also got in touch with Anil Sasane, who denied to talk to us as well. On the basis of a circular that was issued on the 22nd of December 2022, except for the Commissioner and the Assistant Commissioner, no other BMC official is permitted to disseminate any kind of information to the media.
We contacted the BJP president of Mumbai, Advocate ashishshelar, but he denied to comment on the issue. Furthermore, his PRO termed it as a constitutional matter and said ashishshelar would not comment on it. In a tweet by ashishshelar, he said, "I spoke to the BMC commissioner and demanded the BMC withdraw notice for land acquisition of St.Peters Bandra cemetery space for road widening. Accepting the community and my legitimate stand, BMC H West has withdrawn St. Peters Cemetery land acquisition notice for road widening."
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.